If you love stealth, speed, and 15 reasons to make the enemy panic, Shimakaze is your perfect match. Let's jump into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Normal Guy of the North. This is a good replay. I got this sent to me by, well, I'm going to try to pronounce his name, but I might butcher it, so I apologize. It sounds almost Asian, but I don't know. It could be completely wrong. But hey, what do I know? I'm not a man of international man of mystery. His name is Usikam? I hope I get that right. But Shimakaze has always been my favorite torpedo boat, so it still is today. I still love it. When there's no aircraft carriers, I've had entire games where I've gone 20 minutes and not be detected and get, over 150,000 type damage, so it's great. Now, the first thing I like about this is he's made a beeline. I'm not going to give you the boring stuff. He went into the cap. He's taking the cap. Now, there's a CV in the game. The CV, both the enemy team has the other two caps. Fine, got it. The CV is right there in front of him. What's the CV doing? Not going to protect the cap. I have a problem with that. Dear CV mains, if you're doing that, go protect the cap. You know what DD's in there. You got enough firepower on you to start shooting up the Shimakaze. And chances are it's going to be a Shimakaze because his team only has one destroyer, which means you know it's the Shimakaze. So that's something you want to get rid of. I feel Shimakaze is more deadly than any submarine in the game. That's my opinion. Now the next thing he's going to do is, and I thought at first, because I was looking going, well, there goes this aircraft carrier. I'm going to kill it. Like, I'm going after this aircraft carrier. I don't care. I can always smoke up, but I thought it's a Nakamov. I'm thinking she's got good ASW, good, secondaries. So I'm thinking, is she going to go behind that island? That's a little bit risky. Then I looked down at the minimap and went, no, she's not. Oh my gosh. Now, he's going to get spotted in the air here very shortly if he doesn't do something. But he does, and it's brilliant. I don't know where the Nakamov's going. I guess he's trying to follow up with his team on the right-hand flank, which would be kind of correct. But he's got one shot at this. I had a game myself in a T-61 where I had two aircraft carriers, two Tier 8s. And they went to one side of the map. No, the other destroyer didn't come after me. There's just one of us. I sunk both in the first, 5 minutes of the game. Changed the outcome of the game. And man, were they swearing at me in chat. But this is the step move that I thought is Lynch and critical to him doing this. If he gets this and kills this, it's game over for the enemy team, in my opinion. And guess what? Nakamov's going back to port. And this right now, we realize he should have gone behind the island, not in front of it. So this to me is he's got the cap, and look where the Nakamov put fighters a minute ago on the same cap. Now there's someone else in his cap. It's either that B cap. It's either a submarine or it's going to be a destroyer, which is fine with me. I don't really have a problem with that. I like how his team is spread out and he's protecting the middle flank. Now, I don't remember what their destroyer is. We'll see it hopefully in a minute here to find out. But at this point right here, he's coming up right now, and he's telling his aircraft carrier, hey, go after this person. Now, their aircraft carrier down there, he should not be hanging out there. If you notice how the map looks right now, they're taking the northern part. They have that cap. He should be getting the heck out of there real quick, because I'd be worried about this entire flank failing now. Now, where he's looking at the battleships are all bunched up there, I have seen it way back when. I saw four battleships, kind of medium health, and a cruiser, medium health, get taken out within about 10 seconds. All 5 boats, insta-cracking. It was fantastic. So they had that captain skill deadeye. But hey, it is what it is. Now, all the team on the red is now pushing up at the exact same time for that cap. I didn't quite understand this to a certain degree. I mean, you already have the cap. It's okay to maybe leave one or two guys behind and start pushing through the game and going after their ships, or coming around, you see where their submarine is at the IH1 line. He's coming around to get a good shot, a good type of attitude on attitude broadside on these battleships. So now these battleships are in a crossfire. That's exactly what he's done, the Shima player, with the submarine. He's now put him in a crossfire, full broadsides, and can light them up with torpedoes. And trust me, he's going to get way more damage than he has right now. Very well thinking. I like the way he spreads out the torpedoes, all 15 at a time. Now, I typically leave one set behind because somewhere over there in the proverbial B cap is either a sub or a DD. So it just kind of makes me think, be careful what you're doing. That's just my thought. Now, he is heading back to the B cap, which I think is the right thing to do. He goes in the A cap, he's going to be dead in 30 seconds. And this Satsuma is going back to port as well. This is the typical thing I see in battleship players and whatnot. Not paying attention to map awareness and not paying attention to the mini-map. Stopping your speed, slowing it down, going what you're going to do. They're just trying to push up and kill the flank. Now, don't get me wrong. They are definitely pushing up and killing this entire flank. It is happening. And the guys up north can't leave until they actually clear that flank as well. They have to do that. But he's doing his job. He's going back in the cap, and he's going to take the cap. That's what you need to work on. So now, the enemy team's down an aircraft carrier and 2 battleships, and they've lost nothing. Hip, hip, hooray. You know, good job. Now, taking the cap, right thing to do. Love it. Good thing. But I see he's got no torpedoes right now, which makes me kind of nervous in case there is a destroyer. I don't think it is. And whatnot. So I'll think, okay, fine. This is what he's thinking. Take the cap. Now, when he takes the cap, I personally start heading back down south to the A cap and start thinning that line out. Taking that red line and getting rid of some people. Because you want points. Right now, you're only getting 1 point. Now, the red team's kind of split up here. If you look in the A cap, they're doing the thing. All 3 of them are split up. One's pushing in. They're all hiding around islands. So I'm like, don't quite get that to a certain degree. That battleship over there should be going after that cruiser. Hard, in my opinion. But that's me. Again, he's got to take the cap. He's fast-paced. He's doing well. But he's got to get back to that A cap. His team is disintegrating out here. Now, if he can get a couple more torpedoes into those, like the Montana or the Satsuma, if he takes them both out, they have the cap. The rune won't last at all. But here he goes. Now, I would have, at this point, used my speed boost to get in as quick as possible and get more torpedoes out. And, of course, there he goes. Good job. And keep pushing up as hard as you can. That's what he's doing right. This is a very, I won't say it's aggressive play. It's more of a style of play where you just kind of lay back and you know what you need to do, so you do it. He's one of those players you see that just knows what to do, and he's doing the right thing. And look at that. Did you see how quickly the cap started getting turned? Based on his actual detectability at 5.6. That indicates to me a submarine's in there, most likely. Because it was just sitting there waiting for him to do that and then come back up and take it again. Now this is a battleship. This Satsuma is actually, you know, juking and jiving a little bit and changing his speed, but not really too much. He should be paying attention to the mini-map, but he's not. Now, he only needed the 2 sets as far as I'm concerned, but it is what it is. Now, that aircraft carrier is still not getting out of there, which I wish he would do, but he's not. Now, the enemy team, if you look up, they've already lost 4 of their own ships. They lost both their subs and a battleship himself. This kill has to happen, or it's going to be get lights out, because now the enemy team's catching up. But it doesn't matter. He writes it in chat, boom. It's a little cocky, but it's true. Battleship players who just steam in a straight line. This is what's going to happen with the Shimakaze there. Now, he's going to turn around. He's got speed boost on, and he's heading back to the B cap. I would too. I want to find out. I don't know what the other destroyer is. I can't remember, but I would want to find out if there's a submarine in there or if there's a destroyer in there and get rid of it. His team up in the north and the A cap, sorry, the BC cap is not doing well either. They need to take that cap. Even though the enemy is doing worse, they are literally holding all the caps. Not caps matter. It's what gets you going. But at this point, he starts taking the cap. I'm thinking he's got to go around this island, and he's coming around in the cap. Find out who's in the cap. Because someone is in this cap. It's either a destroyer or it's a submarine. That's all it's doing. And if that's the case, that destroyer or submarine is not really paying attention to the game. The gameplay is not at this cap. It's at the A cap and the C cap. And that's what I'd say. Now, if I was this player, the Petri there, I would ram the other ship. But sometimes you don't. It's the best you could do if you want to help out as much as possible. Or in this case, get behind an island. Don't get yourself killed. Try to sneak into the cap. You know, just don't die. That's the most important thing. Now, if this is me playing, I would not help the A cap. I would go right, hard right, and go see who's on the other side of those 2 islands. I want to see if there's a submarine there. Look at that. Someone's come back in. Fight's on. Again, I don't know who the destroyer is. I can't remember what the destroyer is, but this is exactly what I would do. Now, he doesn't have torpedoes and whatnot, but he's got guns. And it is okay, it's a very powerful destroyer. Okay. Pop your smoke. But I would drop my torpedoes. Yeah, spread it out a bit. Now, Japanese torpedo boats, their torpedoes hit like a Mack truck. Their guns also hit like a Mack truck. They don't fire often, but they do hit. He takes one. Now he's got a chance of taking this guy out hard. And that's what I'd be doing, firing as much as possible. Even if you get spotted by someone else in the A cap, it's irrelevant. Shoot this guy and kill him. Just keep shooting. Just keep shooting. You know he's there. Keep shooting. He's almost dead. And his aircraft carrier is coming to help out, but he gets him. Now turn back and go get the cap. They've actually managed, the Patrice actually managed to eliminate the other guy down the bottom, so that's good. So now we've got the A cap. So now they'll take the A cap and the B cap. Once they have both the A cap and B cap, they can turn around. Oh, they are taking the C cap. So it looks good. I know this looks like a bit of a blowout, but it wasn't. It was all I'm going to say bad timing on the enemy because he kept doing the right thing. He kept going back and finding the cap. He kept going back and finding the cap. And the other destroyer, who was a gunboat, didn't go after him, which I thought was odd. If I was on a gunboat, I'd go after you in a heartbeat, especially the torpedoes that boat has. But that's me. I would not have done that. And the other thing I find kind of odd is I don't think the enemy submarines did all that well. He didn't have to go on a submarine. But there he goes. Now, what do you do now? Take the caps, and then you turn the game around. The enemy could have actually won this game, but they didn't. So it is what it is. Overall, I think this is a great game. I think he did a great job, and I really do think it's fantastic. But you guys, let me know down in the comments. If you like this kind of thing, let me know in the comments. But don't forget to, ring the bell, like, subscribe. I really do appreciate the channel's taking a different direction. The channel is getting much, much better in a different way. So I will be diversifying it. But I'm going to be doing more of these every week. So let me know. But as always, take care, stay safe. I wish you all the best. So bye for now.